So we're live. Hey, this is Profit Friday. Live, literally. So I got this idea. Hey y'all, hey, a few weeks ago, and I was like, I need to figure out a way to give more and to really take the time to solve big problems. So, hey, for those of you who are new to this page, I'm Lisa Ely. I am your HR profit strategist. And what I do is I show small businesses how to build and grow teams for profit and to eliminate the stresses related to it, so that they don't have a headache when they're hiring and they know what to do. So, tonight, for the first time, my guest is Leanne, and we were talking about happy stuff literally right before. And I'll have to say this. So I'm gonna give a plug for Leanne. Leanne, at the last minute, I needed to send a special birthday present to my daughter, who's in Atlanta. And Leanne pulled together something amazing. And not only was she able to make me happy, but she made my daughter happy too. So, Leanne, introduce yourself to this audience, your audience, and tell us about what you do, and then we'll get started.
All right. Well, hey, everybody. I'm Leanne Dulce. I'm a self care strategist, a certified wellness. I don't like to use coach, guide of sorts, professional. And I'm also a certified natural organic skincare formulator. My businesses, Dulce and Lay and Wake Up Happy Sis, are really all about helping Black women go from being overwhelmed, burned out, and not living a really fulfilling life to being happy, healed, and fulfilled. And learning how we wake up happy every day. Because in my mind, I think that's the end of what we all want. We want love and we want to wake up happy. I can't necessarily help you on the love part. I can help you love yourself, but I could definitely help you focus on how do I bring more joy and fulfillment and happiness in my life, and how do I get more of a work life balance? How do I stop being everything to everybody and nothing to myself? So that's my mission, and my passion is to help Black women heal that past trauma, realize that we are not the sum total of the experiences that we have lived and survived through. I want to help Black women to go just from surviving to thriving. And this may be 6 figure, 7 figure executives that they're at the top of their game, but they still feel like
Yeah.
something is missing. I'm
Yeah.
here to help them figure out what that something is.
Yeah, awesome. I'm gonna say we need more of that, because I keep hearing about the fact of how important it is that we begin to take care of ourselves from the inside out. Now, I'm gonna say many Black women, women of color, and men too, do a good job oftentimes of taking care of what's on the outside, getting our nails done and makeup and all the things, facials, all those other kind of things, dyeing our hair, putting
Yeah.
other things in our hair, whatever it is, if that's there's nothing wrong with that, but if that's our choice. But I love that you focus on the happy that's on the inside as well, from the inside out. So that's amazing. So tonight, Leanne has agreed that I'm going to coach her through really understanding when is the right time. And I was really careful not to get a lot of information because I want this just to be natural. So I'm going to ask you this, right? Because
All right.
we're in the same mastermind, so we speak the same language. So, what are your key business goals for the next 6 to 12 months?
Well, with Wake Up Happy Sis, that is the newest addition to my company. Um, and so in the next 6 months, my main goal is really to build up this community of women and provide great value. Ultimately, my long-term goal is 1 million Black women helped, right? But in the next 6 months, if we can get to that 1,000 mark, I think that would be wonderful. 1,000 women that are in my programs and that are actually getting great value.
Okay, got it, got it. So let me dig a little bit deeper into that. So what are your plans that you have underway now to reach those 1,000 women in the next 6 to 12 months? What are you intentionally doing?
Well, I have a kind of a 3-part program that I'm actually going to be releasing. I can't really talk about all the pieces of it, but the first thing we're starting is with an anthology, and kind of like a chicken soup for the soulish, but for Black people. For Black women, high achieving and high performing Black women. I'm also going to be doing a live event, a 2-day live event that is really focused and centered on helping us, like you said, be happy, helping us be fulfilled, helping us get past these things. When we talk about wellness, there's really 8 dimensions of wellness. It's not just, like you said, I want to go and get my nails done, right? It's about doing those internal things, working your happiness from the inside out and your environment. So we're really going to be digging into that. And I'm also going to be doing retreats. Now that's my favorite jam right there, is to bring women together to have experiences, wellness experiences all over the world, and being able to immerse them in different cultures and how those cultures celebrate women, celebrate wellness, and really focus on wellness. So those are a couple of things that I do have planned, and as well as building, like I said, my sisterhood. It's called the Sister Circle community of women, because we need a tribe. You need people who are going to have your back, but also going to tell you the truth when you need to step it up.
Yeah, yeah, that is so true, right? We do need a tribe. So I'm excited to hear more. I'm glad you gave us like a little peek into that. So in getting ready to launch these things to reach this 1,000 women, because I know you can do it. What tasks are taking up most of your time right now to make that happen?
Being a one woman show, if I'm just honest, because I have to do all the things. Um, right now, I'm building out a lot of the programming and all that, and that it just takes time. And when it's only you you can get lost on those little squirrel ventures where you get tunnel focused on one thing and it's really not the most important thing. So I think for me, it's really, I have to get out of me doing all the pieces. I really need to look at how I can bring help in to take some of this weight off so that I can run the business and not have to always work directly in the business, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do. So I think that's a dilemma that we all face, right? From that standpoint, I'll be transparent and say, I believe I wasn't ready, and I fell into the trap of, this was probably about 5 years ago. Get a VA, get a VA, and I hadn't really thought it through. Now I had worked and have worked in corporate in HR leadership roles, leading teams, as large as 30, right? With direct, like team leads underneath and managers as director and as a VP in HR. But I will tell you this, when I started running my own business, some kind of way, like I forgot about that skill,
Mhm.
because part of it was I wasn't really fully responsible for setting up the team like I was in my own business. So one of the things is also this, and this is something that a coach shared with me. If you were going to look back at the last year or 2 years and how you have made money in your business, and to fund this person that could potentially take up some of the tasks that are taking you a lot of time, so that you can free yourself not to always work inside of the business, but to be out there, um, if I would say generating the more dollars and more visibility, right? From that standpoint, what would that be, right? And if and share whatever at your comfort level from that standpoint, because the other thing I'm gonna say that there are probably people who are listening to this live. So if you're listening to this live, drop us a note so we know. And there may be things that you like. I shared what I invested in. It was a box. It was beautiful, right? Um, and it and for me, it's so critically important as well to invest my dollars as much as possible in people that look like me, right?
Yes.
So that's important. So I'm not going to go to Amazon and order just any random thing. I'm going to go to Leanne because I know Leanne and I know Leanne is going to deliver quality and she listened and heard what I needed. So if you were to look at how you've made money, like you said, like these are the top three things. What are one or two of those that you could say, if I ran this play, my fastest path to cash? Because like you in business to make money, let's be realistic. Want to
Mm.
make people happy. You're the wellness whisperer, right? You want to have satisfied clients like I am of yours. But what would that be?
I think the first thing is removing myself from actually making the products. All my products are handmade. Okay. I formulated every recipe, right? So I'm very heavily involved and I make my products in small batches so that they're fresh and they're the highest quality. I never want to put something out that's low quality. I think the first lift is removing that part off my plate, is having somebody that I can trust come in and be able to make the products and kind of be able to stock up so that I can have a store, because I have a fulfillment center waiting, but who has the time to make the products, right? I think that one is an easy lift because, especially as I do corporate gifting and gifts for just regular, B2C, I need to be able to move that process faster. I think the second part is somebody to help me get out of my head, not a VA, but more like a project manager, somebody who can help me implement, because I have a lot of, I'm what they call multi passionate. I can think of 10 business ideas right now and be gone on the next thing, right? I need somebody to help me implement. Nope, we're going to focus. This is our lane. This is our path. This is what the next 30, 60, 90 days looks like and how we're going to get across that finish line. Because I think I get to doing too many little things that the big things don't feel like they're moving forward at the speed that they need to, like time to market, right? In the product world, time to market. How fast am I getting my offers out there and in front of people?
Right.
And then getting, the third would be somebody to help me to get the offers in front of more eyes. I think that those would be the three that I
Yeah.
think I would have.
Yeah. So it's interesting. Focus is, you know, clearly you're creative. I'm creative. Most entrepreneurs have some creative
Mhm.
juices flowing through their veins, right? And that whole shiny thing syndrome is real. But I will say this to you: you have got to have the discipline to pick a horse, one horse, and ride it.
Yes.
I also like sports analogies. So in every sport there's a ball, right? Whether it's a soccer ball, a football, a baseball, a basketball. Guess what? Only one person can have the ball, right?
Right.
Only one person can have the ball. So that also means because everybody's attention is on the ball. So you got to say, as the leader in your organization, because you are the leader, you are the CEO, right? You are leading the team. Even though it's a team of one right now, you're still leading the team, right? And you say, so what is the ball that I have in the focus? So I wanna make a couple recommendations. Is literally to start with the end in mind. So
Mhm.
6 months from now, like literally 6 months from now, and I'm just gonna like roughly is December. That's the end of this fiscal year, right? This whole the calendar year, fiscal year, if that's what you're doing, right? And so in the next 6 months, where do you want to be? So you said 1,000 people this year. So that's 500 by the end of the year, and then another 500 by June of next year, which is 1,000.
Yes.
And so, even backing up and saying, what are the ways that you are going to serve them and go back to your top selling products and say, this is what I have ready to go. Pick the horse
Yeah.
and ride it. And literally, I'm going to say, run the play. In fact, I'll even share this in sports, they will run the same play multiple times until it doesn't work anymore. Like, run the play because the energy, the time, the effort as a business of one is too much of a lift
Mhm.
for you to focus on multiple different things. Your primary goal is to get to that 500 people this year, right? And so it literally is backing yourself into that and saying, what does that mean? But also to get the influx of cash, right? Right? From that standpoint. So, how does that feel? Does that feel like that's like a good first step? Let's
Um,
talk.
yeah, definitely. I feel like you feel like when you're not making money, you have to add more things to try to make money, right? Um, my motto is to never operate out of desperation, right? Never operate out of fear, out of desperation. But sometimes that's unintentionally where I feel like I'm at, especially being a multi-passionate person. I closed down a whole business so I could focus on this business. I closed down my whole printing business so I could focus on wellness. So that's definitely the run the play and pick that one horse and ride it is what I've been trying to do, right? And so I've pivoted into the wellness space, and the products are still there and they will always be there. But I want them to be more secondary to the wellness services because I think products provides one small piece to the puzzle, but it doesn't get to the root of how do I help Black women feel happy, healed, and fulfilled,
Got
right?
it. Got
Um,
it.
so I definitely feel that's helpful, right? Is because I get overwhelmed and I'm over here, I'm over there, I'm over there. I feel like what they say, run around with a chicken, like a chicken with his head cut off. So,
Right. Yeah. So I'm going to say this. Since, and I think it's amazing and a blessing that you're that focused and that you really want to intentionally focus on making Black women well and happy.
yes.
So for those individuals that you've already served in that space, right? And if you were to back into what was the transformation that you offered them that you can offer more people? And from that transformation, right, what's the next step, right?
So the transformation, well, it differs, like I said, because the Wake Up Happy Sis is a newer thing that I'm adding to my product based business. Um, so we're still building out exactly what the transformation looks like for people. But just a very quick story. I in one of the my programs, I had a woman that one of the exercises I have people do is write a love letter to themselves. Um, because I think that's important. Some people have never had that, right? Some people don't realize they have problems loving themselves until they try to do that exercise and they can't. Um, and one of the ladies was hit me up like a month after, and she was like, I just want to thank you. She said, because coming out of that assignment, I couldn't write that letter. She said it was such an issue with me. I took it to my therapist to figure out to work on that. And she said, 15 minutes ago, I wrote the letter.
Amen.
Right. So to me, that is such a major transformation that I was able to help somebody realize that they needed in their life. And that's what I'm here to give is tell people, see, they have everything that they need inside of themselves. But
Mhm.
sometimes we got to get rid of the fears, the doubts, the pain, the trauma, and all the things that are holding us back. So that's, I think, the transformation that I give people is helping them realize that all the things they need to be happy, healed, and fulfilled are already within them. And we have to get past ourselves and our own blockages to see them.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. I love that love letter. And that's even something to expand on and say, I believe it's two things that drive revenue. One is our reach, right?
Mhm.
So social media, it could be organic. The other thing is building our list. And so just building that, like who needs that? And if you're saying like it's Black women, because this is what I know is I can't be great in my business if I don't love myself,
That's right.
right? If I don't love myself. And so it's almost like you're getting really granular about, okay, if you had a powerful transformation of a client from the letter, how can then you turn that into um, an offering, right? So maybe it literally is a quiz. Maybe it is interviewing this person live in your group about it. Maybe it is offering, and I'm going to say this because I love this, and a coach of mine shared this small little thing is offering love letter sessions, right?
I
Because
like
it's the beginning of the process and it's a cash inflection. I want to say I have something on my shelf, and it is a personal affirmation of some sort that years and years ago I worked on with someone, and then they really expanded that to what you're talking about as far as the retreat and the other things, because once I identify that I am lacking the ability to love myself and I work through that, then I'm open to um, the things that I need to love myself so that I can show up for me first, because
it.
I'm everywhere that I am, right? I'm everywhere. So I'm the common denominator wherever I go.
Yes.
So let's dig into that and say, okay, because I want you to walk away from our conversation tonight with an actionable thing that you can literally talk about, interview, and in your community, do something similar to what I just did and have the individual um, to talk about it and coach someone through even live with a letter and then offer sessions. And it can literally be as simple as I know there's so many new things out there, but a Calendly link or a calendar link with a way to make an investment. Keep it simple. No page,
Mhm.
no nothing, right? From an email. I will tell you one of the first investments I made in my business, the person created a page in Google Doc, but I knew she could do the transformation because I saw her do it.
Yeah.
Didn't matter. Or even create a landing page in Canva. So there's so many different things. So what happens is we get stuck on the fonts and the color and the all of that. So let's plan that out. So tell me, how do you feel about that?
I like the concept of the love letter sessions, and I'm already doing something similar um, with generally similar to what like a love letter session, and that's like a 3-hour master class that's called the Resilience Reset, that talks about self-love, boundaries, all of those things. So I definitely like that concept. I do like um, the interviewing people in the group. And right now, the group is on its way. We're gonna say it there. There's a group there, but um, I haven't really pushed it to the public. So that's the first step, I think, for me in that process is pushing the people into the group, um, so that I can give them value. And I like doing that and having different sessions and talking to people. One of the issues you tend to have is those sessions are very intimate, and there's a lot of nuances of what people would share and be willing to share if they're sharing it live in front of other people. So I don't know that that could be something that's shared with everybody yet, unless it's somebody who's very comfortable with just being open about where they are. I think a lot of people, from what I've seen, are not there yet to where they're willing to just jump out and share their pain and all the things that they're going through. Um, but I like the concept, and there are some other things I could do in that space that maybe wouldn't feel so, not necessarily intrusive, but
Right.
maybe they'll feel super vulnerable with people that they don't know yet.
Got it. So I'm gonna say this. So this is a cash, it's a cash inflection, right? Like literally run the play. And I'm gonna push you a little bit and challenge you. You don't know, right? Because I'm an open book. I will talk about my stuff. I will cry on camera, right? Because you know why? Is because I know that I'm not fully well or healed on the inside, right? At
Hmm.
the end of the day. And I also know that the more vulnerable I make myself, then the more possibility for healing for other people, not just me. Because sometimes it's not just about us. And
Exactly.
I'm a real person, right? Like I'm a real person. So I'm going to push you, Leanne, not to limit the possibility of what can happen based on how you feel,
True. Very
right?
true.
Right. From that standpoint. And so if you ran this play, what would it look like?
Um, I don't know yet, but I'm thinking about it. Um, yeah, I'm thinking about it. Can't give you an answer to that one yet.
Yeah. And the other thing I'm going to challenge you as well is the language, right? So we hear about the language and how you paint the door. If you lead with a love letter and you lead with some of the language that your client used when she gave you the feedback about her transformation, I know what resilience is. In fact, I attended a session yesterday about resilience. It was amazing. Um, but the love letter leads to resilience, and it's simple and easy to understand. So, what would happen if you change the language from how you understand it as the expert, as the certified coach, as the wellness expert, and put it into, I'm going to say, just common laywoman's terms?
I mean, I think it already is, but I'm always open.
Yeah,
I'm always open to rethinking and pivoting, and you know, so I will think about it.
yeah. Yeah. So tell me this, what is the one action as a result of us talking today that you are going to take? One, because I believe that your goal is an amazing goal to reach 500 women this year and 500 between now and June of next year. And you do need help, but it takes an influx of cash. And
Mhm.
this could be, or it could be products that you have on your shelf, right? But nothing happens until you take action. So, what is the one or two actions that you're going to take so that you can begin that journey so that you can um, have help with the tasks that are taking up most of your time so it can free you up to do the things to pull more dollars into your business?
Um, Probably the first thing is, like I said, find somebody who can help me with the project management piece. Because to me, that is the heaviest lift, that I think will give the greatest value, is taking some of that stuff off of my hands, um, and someone who can help kind of think through the strategy and the mountains of content that I have, because it still does have to be a very well thought out and planned out and executed thing to be able to get to 500. So I have the starts of the plan, but I'll be going back to my coach and talking to him about some different project management, like finding somebody in that project management space who can help with that piece, because I think that is the not easiest, but that's the most direct way that I'm going to reach this goal.
Got
Right.
it.
So that's the one thing that I will be working on.
Yeah. Well, I love that. Like you have some action to take.
Yes.
I'm gonna push you one more further, and then I'm gonna ask you one final question, and then we'll love to hear about what you got going on. So I'm gonna push you a bit on that and say, yes, it's 500, but 500 starts with just one. So you need to sell one before you can sell 500,
Mm-hmm.
right? So sell the one, then sell the second one, and then the third one. I'll tell you, when I started my business, I didn't have a website or anything. I just had a link to PayPal and a conversation and an email with the details. That was it, right? No, nothing for 9 whole months, right? I replaced my income in 9 months without a website or landing page or even really a CRM. That's real, right? Like that's real. Um, and then the second thing I want to say is how committed to this goal are you on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being I am the highest level commitment I could possibly have?
10. Like I said, I shut down a whole business
Okay.
for this path. You know
Got
what I
it.
mean? So
Got it.
there is no other level of commitment
Got
that
it.
I
Okay.
can use, you know.
I feel that. I feel that in there. I feel that for you. I really do. I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. And then finally, let the people know like what you got. Like if they want to get some products or they want to get a love letter, like now, what you got going on? How do they get in contact with you?
Yes. Well, if you guys want to get in contact with me, Leanne Dulce on social media, Dulce and Lay, um, everywhere. You look for Leanne Dulce, Dulce and Lay, Wake Up Happy Sis, you will definitely find me. What I have going on right now, like I said, is I have my Resilience Reset Master Life. Because we don't have master classes. We are about changing our lives. We're not in school anymore, right? So it's a 3-hour master life session that is going to help you build up your resilience, build up your love meter, and to help set those boundaries that all of us really need to have, that we kind of slack on, because we want to be of service to everybody else, and not be of service to ourselves. So you can head on over to theresilienceresetbundle.com and you can check out that offer. I'd love to have you in there. The sessions are going to be the end of this month. So Saturday and Sunday, the 29th and 30th, there's 2 sessions. So you can pick one. It's only $99 and I'm about giving value. So it's going to be worth way more than that $99 investment. And you will learn how to write that love letter to yourself. You will learn how to set those boundaries. You will learn how to shore up your defenses so that all the triggers that we have are not as effective anymore. Because that's the goal. Healing is a journey. There is never an end to it because we can always be triggered into an old action, into an old reaction. But it's about how do we respond to that. And I'm trying to help give you those tools. So come on over, dulceandlay.com, wakeuphappysis.com. Check me out. I'd love to talk to you.
Yeah. So drop the link in the chat so that people can connect, and I can share it further as well. But Leanne, I sincerely appreciate you sharing what you do, being vulnerable in this moment, and also allowing me to coach you. And I can't wait to see more profits.
Yes, well, thank you. This has been very helpful. This definitely was very helpful. And like you, I'm an open book. So if something that I'm doing or not doing can help somebody else on their journey, I'm all here for it. So thank you very much. I appreciate
Yeah.
the time.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, we're going to end this for now. We'll have another Profit Friday next Friday. And stay tuned. It's just going to get better. So thank you again, Leanne.
Thank you.